Okay, guys, Brother Maynard here with another game. This is another 2,400 points. My demons against another demon army. Okay, so on my left, I got my big unit of 6 fiends in the forest here, my single blood crusher, and then on this hill in the middle, I got 5 flesh hounds, my general, and my big unit of demonettes who have the usual. That's usually where I put the Siren Song Herald, and they got because they have the stubborn banner. And then I have my level 2 flying caster there. And then I have my smaller unit demonettes with the Ether Blade Herald, and then my my Blood Crusher, and my 5 seekers. 6 seekers, never mind. I can count. Okay, so the demon army that I'm playing against is Great Unclean One there on the far right, and then in the back he's got 28 Bloodletters with full command, D6 charge banner, armor, and Firestorm Blade on the Herald, so pretty standard setup there. And then he's got in front, from the right to left, he's got a single Blood Crusher, a single Fiend, 5 Furies, and then he's got a block of 27, I think, Plague Bears with Standard Musician, and he's got a Herald and Nurgle in there who's got the -2 leadership banner. And yeah, I hate that. Even though I play demons and I don't have to worry about running away, it sucks being on the receiving end of that banner. I hate that thing. And then in the house, he's got, I think behind the house, he's got 6 flamers, and then he's got a level 2 Zinch Herald who's got wings and a Spellbreaker in there. And then he's got another unit of 5 Furies and a single Fiend all the way over here. Now I think the newest 2012 ETC draft was published, I think the Thursday before this game or something like that. So his, if you'll notice, his army is built in accordance with those restrictions. That's why he doesn't have the Lore Master on the Zinch Herald and whatnot. Okay, so the first turn of the game starts out wonderfully. He gets the first turn and he goes ahead and flame cages my big demonette unit, and then he casts a Plague Wind on the other one. And I actually came off really lucky there, because he only did 3 wounds, I think, 3 or 4 wounds. He only got 1 Nurgling base out of the deal, which is annoying. You can see he just put it right behind my wizard. But yeah, that flame cage is gonna suck. Otherwise, he just kind of moves up like so. He just kind of consolidates his battle line, and everybody moves up. Okay, so his Great Unclean One, man, that guy is nasty. He's a level 4 caster, and he's got the Nurgle magic, which is really good. And then he's got a gift that every time you do a wound to him, including like instability tests and stuff, you take a toughness test if you're in base contact with him. So he's just, yeah, you don't want to mess with that guy. This is closed list though, so I didn't know this at this point. My movement, I just kind of swing everybody wide around the left. This is the scenario that uses the objectives, so those 3 Nurgling bases are in the middle are the objectives. They're worth an extra 300 victory points, and we just decided to use Nurgling bases because that's something that we'd be less likely to pick up and move around, at least in theory. So yeah, move up like so. That unit of demonettes in the middle is flame caged, so I can't do a whole lot with them. So yeah, and I just move the seekers over so they can charge that Nurgling unit if it decides to do anything funny. Okay, so magic. My level 2 can't do anything against the Great Unclean One, and my Keeper of Secrets, she's only a level 1, so I don't think I'd do anything with magic this whole game. Okay, so in his movement, he goes ahead and just drops his Furies right in front of these 3 units, which is a good move because basically I just get an overrun, and that'll be, I won't be able to move. I won't be able to do what I want with my Keeper or my Crusher. I'll just get the overrun, and that's it. And then over here it just looks like so. You can see he's bringing his Fiend around, his Fiend and his Great Unclean One, and trying to pick on my my Demonette unit. And then he just pulls the Nurglings back like so. Let's see here. Okay. so I just, obviously charged my my Keeper Secrets and the Crusher into the Furies, and when I did that, they kind of closed formation, so I could squeeze the Fiends around them and move the Fiends up like so. But to be honest with you, I really don't know how I'm gonna get really any points. I know I gotta. I'm thinking about going into the building with the Fiends and just getting the Flamers and maybe hopefully his Herald, but I really don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do for points. I know I gotta keep my General away from his because he's got that spell that drops all your stats to 1, which is, can't have that. Let's see. Over here, I just reformed the Demonette unit on the left. Remember, that's where the Siren Song is. I just reformed deep so I can pull his General in. And then I really made a stupid mistake here by putting that Blood Crusher in front of the Fiend. Huge mistake. What I should have done... Actually, I'll just explain that as it comes to it, how that was really, really stupid. Seekers are down here dancing with the Nurgling still. Okay. So in his next turn, he takes the Plague Bears and my Hounds. I don't really know why I gave him that charge either. That was kind of dumb. But I Siren Song his General, and then he charges his Blood Crusher and his Fiend into my Blood Crusher, and this is really dumb. I don't know why I did that. Because by putting my Blood Crusher there, his Fiend's gonna get an overrun into the flank of my Demonette unit, which means they're gonna be in the combat at the start of my next turn. Which means I can't take him into the flank of his General for all that extra combat res to try to pop him. That's really going to be my best chance of getting rid of that guy, is popping him like that. But by putting the Blood Crusher in front of the Fiend, or if I hadn't done that, the Fiend would have charged the flank of the Demonettes. They would have popped it and then still gotten a charge. Or he probably wouldn't have done that at all, really. But I messed the whole thing up by putting the stupid Blood Crusher there. So... Man, what a stupid move. And then you can see down below his Furies ended up, he had to get the Furies out of the way in order to get the Plague Bears into combat, so he just charged them into my Seekers. Let's see. What's going on up here? So here's how things are looking up top. More pictures of the action down here. And, okay, so in his shooting phase, man, this hurt. He kills half my Fiends with the shooting from his Flamers, and that's absolutely devastating, because I was either going to take the Fiends into the flank of the Plague Bears or send them into the building to get the Flamers out, but now there's no way I'm going to do that. I can't do anything with them now, with only 3 of them. That was huge. Anyway, so yeah, in my next turn, I just kind of, I gotta get rid of that Plague Bear block, I think, and so I charge my General and the Fiends into the Plague Bears, and my plan is just a 6 dice Flaming Sword on the Keeper, drop the regen, and hopefully I'll be able to kill enough to win the combat. And then down below, yeah, I found out that he has the Toughness Test gift on his Great Unclean One, and my Demonettes are Toughness 3, so every wound they get through on him, they, the foreign-based contact have to take a Toughness test, and that's killing them fast as hell. So I'm really starting to get nervous at this point. Yeah, so there's that damn overrun from that stupid Fiend. God, that was so stupid. And then down below, you see my Seekers are they're doing pretty okay for themselves. They're going to win that combat, but there's not really anything else for him to do. And then you see up top his Bloodletter unit. I think he either tries to charge him in this turn or next turn, but yeah, they're just coming in. The big scary unit of Bloodletters. So yeah. Actually, I think he charged him in this turn and they failed it, which he needed an average roll. So I got really lucky there that he failed that. So in this combat over here, so yeah, so I get Flaming Sword through on the Keeper. She kills some Plague Bears, but the Fiends really fluff, and then I just couldn't do enough damage. I ended up losing the combat, and then because he's got the Despair icon in there, I ended up losing everything except my General. So, yep, that's crap. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, you can see he cast another Plague Wind on my Demonette unit, and that's more Nurglings popping up. They killed the Fiend, and I just reformed him like so. Now when I found out that he had the Toughness Test gift on his General, there's no way in hell I was taking that other Demonette unit in there. So, I mean, I don't know what to do at this point. Yeah, man, the situation's looking pretty grim. Okay, yeah, here you can see the failed charge of the Bloodletters. And then down below, the Seekers are doing alright. They clean up the Furies in one of the Nurgling units, and they're going to go get the other one. I think those might have been the only victory points I got this game, was killing Nurgling units. Okay, so I take my Crusher into the Fiend, and yeah. Now this is all the way over here on the left. This is the objective that's behind my General, so I'm just trying to contest that by getting rid of this stupid Fiend. And then in a desperate bid to get some extra combat res, you know, I think I charge my Battle Standard flying guy into the flank of the Plague Bearer unit, and I think his odds of surviving are fairly good. He's got a 4-up ward, and he's only got 3 attacks on him. But I am, man, if I lose that combat, I lose it by a mile, because that stupid banner. And then you can see, I charged my Demonettes into the flank of you know, into the combat with his General, and he just flanked me with the Bloodletters. So, yeah, I think I tried. Yeah, you can see he charged his Blood Crusher into the Demonettes to help his General out, and then I charged him in the flank with the other unit of Demonettes, and then at the end of the combat, I tried to combat reform, but I failed the stupid test because his BSB is right there. So now I have this mile-long line of Demonettes sticking out the end of the combat that he can just charge his Bloodletters into. So, man, that sucks. Okay, so kind of funky situation where my Demonettes kill the Blood Crusher, his General wipes out the other Demonette unit, so neither of us can combat, so we both just take reforms, like so. And I think he's got the next turn, so he just yeah, in his next turn he takes the Bloodletters into the Demonettes, kills them off. He takes his General into my Keeper, throws 6 dice at Miasma, drops all her stats to 1. That's it. And then he just pulls the Flamers out of the building to try to contest all 3 objectives. So, yeah, absolute ass whooping. But the guy was, you know, it was a real fun game, real good player. Learned a couple of things from playing him, so it's really all you can ask for. But yeah, great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it.